Hello, my IC student. Today I'm going to read a story for you all. After finishing up with this story, I want you all to write the answer of the given question in 2 to 3 sentences. So the story goes about the knee-high man. Once upon a time, there was a knee-high man. He was no taller than a person's knee because he was so short that he was very unhappy. He wanted to be a big like everybody else. One day he decided to ask Animal to find how he could get big. So he went to see Mr. Horse. Mr. Horse, Mr. Horse, how can I be big like you? Mr. Horse said, Well, eat a whole lot of corn, then run a lot like me. After a while, you will be big as me. Then the knee man high just did that. He ate a lot of corns that his stomach hurt. Then he ran and ran until his legs hurt, but didn't get any bigger, so decided that Mr. Horse told something wrong. He decided to ask the bull, Mr. Bull, how can I get big? Mr. Bull said, Eat lot of grass. Then blow and blow as much as you can. The first thing you will be big as me. So the knee-high man ate a whole field of grass. Ugh, that made his stomach sick. Then he bellowed and bellowed all day. That made a throat hurt. But he didn't get any bigger. So he decided that Mr. Bull was wrong too. Now he didn't know anyone to ask. One night he heard Mr. Owl hooting in a tree, and he remembered that Mr. Owl knew everything, so he decided to ask Mr. Owl a question. Mr. Owl, how can I get big like horse? And Mr. Bull, what do you want to be? Why do you want to be big for Mr. Owl? Mr. Owl asked. I want to be big to get into a fight with everybody, Knee-High Man said. Mr. Owl asked, Is anybody tried to pick a fight with you? Now that you mentioned it, nobody started a fight with me. Well, Mr. Owl said, Then you don't have any reason to fight. Therefore, you don't have any reason to be bigger than you are. But Mr. Owl, the knee-high man, said, I want to be big to see far into the distance. Mr. Owl said, If you climb a tree, you can see the distance from the top. The knee-high man is quiet. I have not thought of that. Mr. Owl hooted and said, That's what wrong, knee-high man. You have done any thinking at all. I am small than you, and you don't see me worry about being big. Mr. Knee-High Man, you got something that you don't need. Okay, guys, that's the end. Now, pause this video and get a piece of paper and pencil. And now I want you to think these questions. Let's see what the question says. Which animal do you think helped the knee-high man the most? How did that animal help him? Guys, think about the story again and Write your answer in 2 or 3 sentences. Please ask your parents to take a picture of your answer and submit it onto the Google Classroom. I really want to say that again. I miss you guys seeing in my classroom. Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.